Hey everyone, welcome. If you didn't catch me live, check out the description down below. I have a link to my events page so you can catch me next time. But basically I'm on every Tuesday night, besides the last Tuesday of the month. Last Tuesday of the month is reserved for kind of group psychic development practice night. Anyone is welcome to those. It's a Zoom call. We get on, we practice. $5 a person. All you have to do is sign up through the website. My website, link down below. And that group practice session is great if you just need practice. You want to practice your psychic ability, practice reading others, and kind of get one-on-one FaceTime with me. So that's kind of the last Tuesday of the month, and feel free to sign up there. Again, any level of psychic development is welcome. You can be a beginner, you can be advanced. It's great for everybody. I kind of make sure the exercises are easy enough for everyone to do, but also are good practice for those who really just need to kind of keep on top of practicing their abilities. So tonight, I'm just getting so many messages tonight about what the theme is. But the big one was like, you're overthinking things, you're overcomplicating things, keep it simple, play, have fun. And so I kind of asked our guides, what's like the biggest thing we need to know? This is our group reading. What I do is I start the night with group readings, followed up by individual readings. Hey, Sally. And so this thinker card is what I pulled for the group, and I'm going to pull a few more. But this card is like, right now it's time to be very analytical. I'm really feeling like our energy is like, okay, we're getting back to normal now. At least those of us in the US. We're getting back to normal. I have to like get back to things. You know, my whole world has been upended. How do I just kind of like get back into things, get back into a routine? And your guides just want you to like, don't overcomplicate things. Like, literally, this is like the opposite of intuition. This is use your logical brain, write a pros and cons list, like get an agenda, like prioritize your day, if that makes sense. Sit down and think about all the things that you have to do, make a to-do list. Again, very, very analytical. I'm just going to pull two more cards, advice of anything else that we can do for this week. Know that you are not alone, and to lean on the people close to you, the people that really have your best interests at heart. This loyal heart, it's not always romantic relationships. It's those people that you go to in times of need, in times of stress. And I'm getting that this is to have fun. Like, remember, why you're doing all these things. You've been stressed out, you've been trying, you've been pushing to like make things happen. Your guides are helping you, they're here, but they want you to have fun and get around those people that re-energize you. For me, that's like my family. I love being around my family because it just reminds me, oh, this is why I'm working. This is why I do what I do, so I can hang out with them. And again, know that you're not alone. This Orphan card is like, sometimes we see and we feel like we're all alone and we have no help. And so really understanding... My son is crawling above me, and I can hear these little feet just go clomp, 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 clomp. And so the Orphan card is, I pulled it in reverse, which to me is just sort of saying like, you're not alone. You're okay. You think you're alone, but as soon as you get out of that mindset, you're going to be in a zone where you can take care, or you can, I just need to slow down. Sorry. You can take advantage of your strengths. It doesn't mean you have to like ask people for help or you have to rely on others. Like, you are good at going at it alone in a way, but it doesn't have to be like a negative thing. It can be a positive thing of like self-reliance, independence. I hope that makes sense. And again, just sit down, make a plan, keep it simple. Don't overthink things. I think that's kind of the message for this week. Thinker. Oh yeah, that's me. Hi Roxanne, good to see you. Hi Lori. What are we doing? We are doing, so that was a group reading. So now we're going to jump into individual readings, how individual readings work is we do sort of guessing games. I'm thinking of something, you have to guess what I'm thinking of, and then you get the reading. But if you don't want to wait, send me a donation. I have links to both my PayPal and my Venmo in the description below. And I am so close to being monetized, you guys, that like literally it's either going to be next week or the week after. I think I'm going to have super chat. So only like a week or two more of dealing with Venmo or PayPal if you want to send me those donations. Again, those links are in the description. Did I fix them? We had an issue last time we were together and I don't know if I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. Anyway, yes, when you just set up a meeting with an internet friend. I must have missed it. Definitely resonating with this message. Do you use SMTH to keep the cool tone in your hair? What's SMTH? I do a little bit of purple shampoo and conditioner, but not very much. I just make sure that when I go get my hair colored, which my hair is like driving me nuts up here with this mess. I always ask them to do it a little cooler because I don't like those warmer tones. But I had my son 11 months ago, and probably around the 4 or 5 month mark, my hair started to fall out. That's something that happens. Not like a lot, but it's quite a bit, but it's not like I went bald. But your hair falls out after you give birth. It's like a couple months after. And so now my hair is growing back and I have all these like little teeny tiny baby hairs. Anyway, okay. Stands for something. Yeah, I don't know. But I just use purple hair shampoo. But yeah, I just get it cooler. Cooler dyed. Welcome everybody. Who's watching? Where are you guys at? All right, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with a category to think of. Let's do colors. If you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Poland here. Poland. Awesome. That is so cool. You were watching from way far away. I wonder, is it like middle of the night for you over there? It's like 8:00 p.m. where I am. Sally, purple. You got it. Colorado. Lori. Colorado. Do I know you, Lori? I'm in Colorado too. That's why I'm asking. Not being creepy. Sally, you guessed it. So let me know in the comments what your question is. 4 a.m. currently. Roxanne, go to bed. Just kidding. You're allowed. You're allowed to be here. I'm new to this. Awesome. Well, welcome, Lori. It's very rarely that I get somebody even within the same state. So basically what I do, if you're new here, Tuesday nights, I do these fun little live readings. Most of them are free, but again, if somebody comes in and sends a donation, those kind of get prioritized first. And then like every Friday, Saturday, I upload new videos on my channel. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, you guys. I'm trying to get my Instagram kind of up and going and fresh again. I kind of neglected it for a while. But I'm also on Facebook. In that Facebook, or on Facebook, I also have a group. If you're wanting to develop your psychic abilities, you can join our Facebook group and we practice every week and share resources. And anyway, I can't, my head hurts so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Roxanne. Waiting on Sally's question here. I feel like Sally, every time you are in the chats, you are always guessing it. Always. And then, of course, she's asking about what are her current blocks. Your intuition is really spot on, Sally, especially your claircognizance. Too many and too overwhelmed to pinpoint. Found you on Instagram. Ah, sweet, Lori. I'm glad it's been working. I've been trying to revamp my Instagram and make it a little bit better. Okay. Start by pulling cards sometimes. And so for those of you who are new, sometimes I pull cards, sometimes I just read. just kind of whatever I'm drawn to do. But mostly I do a lot of intuitive reading of these cards, which is going to be a new video coming out soon. I don't have all the tarot cards memorized. These are oracle cards, and if you guys are curious about the cards that I use, I link all of them in the description if you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, I want that. But yes, I intuitively read them. Let's see. Because I don't have time to memorize them all. Come on, like who does? But I've been actually feeling really drawn to learn the new tarot. I need to stop getting on my tangents. Okay. Lori. We have all reverse cards. So I'm guessing, Sally, I don't know. I just sort of asked your question. I don't know if your blocks are just kind of in general. It sounds like you have a lot. So the first question is like, why? This is like your, why are you doing all these things that you're doing? Sometimes we lose track, sometimes we lose track of like, why are we doing the things that we're doing? We're just going. We're getting through our to-do list because like we're just so used to doing the same thing over and over again. And we stop and we forget to stop and be like, should I be doing this? Like, can I be doing something else? Is there something I can be doing more efficiently with my time? Or, you know, sometimes this can be like, are you doing those things for the wrong reasons? Like, are you really trying to people please, or, you know, are you really getting that burnout energy because you're trying to do what everyone else says you should do? I just like noticed, I love these cards because she always hides faces in the cards. And I only just noticed this one, the face is like up here. It's probably really hard to see. So yeah, always had good intuition if I don't think about it, but I'm currently overthinking everything. This title was for you, Sally. You're at a fork in the road. Makes sense. Time to go. Time to leave the stuff that is not working for you, Sally. So you just have a lot going on. And this is, again, go back to that group reading because I think you just need to like pare it down. Figure out the absolute essentials, really look at your to-do list and kind of clean it up. Make sure that the things you are doing are things that are like, you know, if this is about career, like things that are actually making you money and getting you clients. If it's about relationships, like, are you hanging out with the people that you want to hang out with because you like them? And so just focusing on your why and like, why do I want to do this? And if you realize that I'm doing it for the wrong reasons, then maybe that's okay. Cut that out. But do everything you can right now, Sally, to just detox. Time to leave this situation behind. I'm hearing just like lots of situations in your life just kind of need to be let go of and move forward with. So yeah, Sally, I feel like we could go even further with that because you just have so much and it makes sense. But I think just focus on getting rid of, I'm like, they're showing me I'm trying to like hear them. What is that phrase? It's something about like detoxing. I can't remember. It's something about like detoxing and getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. Something to that effect. I think you get my meaning there. Time to go. I would just focus, Sally, on put all of the things that you are stressed out about on a piece of paper. What can you get rid of? What can you let go? Your new mantra should be like, I let go of things that are no longer serving me. I think that's kind of what I was going for earlier. It's like there's a phrase out there like that. Some of us are dealing with overthinking everything the whole life, Sally. Exactly, Roxanne. That's me. That's me too. Awesome. Okay, let's do another reading. So again, my phone just buzzed, so I want to make sure I didn't get a donation. Oh, look at that. Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda sent me a donation. So Amanda, let me know what your question is. Today, you guys, I filmed with Bliss Findings. She's my good friend here in Colorado. We met through doing all this psychic work. And today I asked her to come over and help me film my Ouija board video. So now I have all the footage filmed and I just need to edit it. So next couple weeks, you're going to be seeing a Ouija board video. I really went into it being like, this isn't going to work. It's a Ouija board. But it was kind of cool how well it worked. Like, I was moving my fingers and like sort of getting the chills, but I wasn't moving my fingers and neither was she. And like, I totally trust her. It was really cool. Amanda, are you with us? Amanda sent a donation. What I might do is while I wait for Amanda, we might just move forward with another reading. Hi, Heidi. Hello again. Heidi, thank you so much for coming to the group call. I had a lot of fun. I fixing a lot of things for next time so that we can make it a little bit better. Hi, Carla. Hello. I love seeing your faces every week. Well, your little profiles. That's what I should say. It was fun. It's nice too because I see your guys' names and then to actually see you in person in the group call, it's like, oh, okay, that's a real person. It's not just a little bubble. Alrighty. Hello, Gerardo. Welcome. My list. Welcome. Amanda. Hello. Love the reading you emailed. By the way, you're welcome. I've been busy, but meaning to tell you. Review soon. Anyway, I'm curious what spirits are in the house. What spirits are in the house? Okay. My dog is outside barking and he's sending his energy in here like, let me in. My dog is really good at sending me energetic messages when he really wants food or he wants inside or outside. Hi, Rosalina. Okay. So I'm reading for Amanda right now, you guys. She sent me a donation. So Amanda, this is like a guide for you that's coming through. I'm seeing like this little, it's like a little girl energy. Like I shouldn't say little. She's a girl. She's small, but she's very like feisty and she's like carrying like an axe. And she like, this is you in a way. This is like that feisty, playful, fun side of you. And she's like swinging this axe and being sassy and like crazy. Why the axe? She's like, this is your defense mechanism. And just know, like with spirit guides too, just because they appear to me a certain way doesn't always mean that resonates with you. And guides and spiritual helpers can sometimes change their appearance to better suit you. So, I could be describing a guide and you might be like, that feels like a different guide, but she's not describing the visuals the same. So, maybe that's not the same guide, but it could be. But it's almost like I keep hearing sprite, Amanda, and I don't even know what that is. Like I assume some sort of like fairy or something, but this is like that sassy, fun, playful side of you that just likes to be feisty. And I'm just she's introducing herself and I just want to be like, okay, what's the message here? There's like two messages. She's giving them to me at once. She's like, the axe, she's swinging the axe at other people. Okay. And she's telling me like, you need to like push people out of your energy. Like you're letting too many people in. She's like, put up that wall. Don't let them in. Like push them out. It's okay to push people out and say, no, I don't have time for this right now. I don't have the energy for this. I feel like it's like that people pleasing thing that I was talking about earlier. She's like, use your defense. Like, if you have to visualize like swinging this axe and pushing people's energy away so that you feel a little bit more protected. Like I'm really feeling like your aura, like pushing people out of your aura and getting rid of that energy is going to be super helpful. And then what was that second message? Sorry, I'm so distracted. My baby's crying. It's so hard when my baby is crying to like not have that mother instinct to be like, oh no. So yeah, that swinging axe, that was a like get people out of your energy. You just need to like put up that boundary a little bit more of no, I'm not going to think about you. I'm not going to worry about you. I'm going to keep you at an arm's distance. That kind of energy. Let me just pull a card because I forgot the other one. She's very much like a protector of your energy because right now you are also going through this, like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of chaos and conflict. There's a lot of things maybe just kind of like up in the air for you right now. And she's also telling you, get rid of the things that are not working for you. Time to leave any situation that's not serving you. And she, like, all I keep seeing is her, like, standing in front of you, like, swinging this little sword and be like, back off. Nobody bother Amanda. Anything else? So I'm reading Amanda right now, you guys. She donated. Yeah, I think this guy just wanted to introduce herself and then just like she wants you to put like a bubble around you, like an energetic bubble, just like push these people out. I am seeing animals running through the house in a cloudy, misty form of shadow. That's funny, Amanda, because I was totally seeing like a rabbit first, but then this guide came in. This guide came in first and was a little bit more like me first. I think you're just tuning into your guides, Amanda. I think you're that cloudy, misty form. That's sort of how I see guides when they come in, is like they bring this energy with them. So I think you're just really tuning into their energy. Anyway, curious what spirits are now. I mean, you're sensing them totally on your own. And that makes sense because if you're like really into the fairy stuff, I feel like people who often have fairy guides also have like animal guides. I'm feeling like, Amanda, like you can totally connect with these guides and play around with them more and meet them. Yeah, sucking on the bubble lately. Yeah, and Amanda, like they really want to they want to take you on a journey, like a shamanic journey. I don't know if you're interested in that, but if you are, maybe look into it because I feel like you're very clairvoyant, and so I think shamanic journeys would work well for you. Alrighty, thank you, Amanda. Thank you for the donation. Let's jump into another reading. I am thinking of. I'll do another color. If you can guess the color that I am thinking of, then you get the next reading. That's awesome, Amanda. I feel like maybe you it's so hard to remember everybody and everyone's readings. I hardly remember like what happens, but it's almost like I feel like you told me that you liked shamanism before, but maybe you didn't. Like, Amanda, they're like, tonight, like, let's do something. Like, turn this off. Come talk to us. That's like what they're saying. Thanks, Amanda. Oh, sorry, Jordan. I didn't know. Jordan, we'll get to you right after this. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for joining. The question is, what is the color that I'm thinking of? If you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. And kind of the intention here is that I don't, limit it to only people who can pay. Some people can kind of get a free reading from me, get to know me a little bit. But then if you do absolutely want a reading, you can send a donation. But then I'm also forcing you guys to use your psychic ability, which is what I'm all about. It's kind of like me. I'm sending out this color. Try to use your psychic clairs, and guess what I'm thinking? Nobody's gotten it yet. Cheyenne, red. There's a few people in here that like you guys pop in and you just get it. Cheyenne and Sally, you guys are those people. So Cheyenne, let me know if or what question you have and throw that up in the comments. Jordan, feel free to throw up your question too. I'm just making sure. I cannot wait till I get monetized, so I don't have to check my phone to see who donated. But yeah, I filmed a Ouija board video today. So excited to share that with you guys. Turned out really well. And if you guys want to hook up with me later, we can do more readings. I have hour-long readings, hour and a half, 30-minute, 15-minute. And you can book all of those through my website. You can pick a day, pick a time, all that good stuff. Cheyenne says, I'm not sure if I have a specific question, maybe just general message. Yes, absolutely. I want to pull these cards for you, Cheyenne. So tonight I'm using my archetype deck and then my Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And if you guys ever want to like know or if you ever want to buy or kind of look at the decks that I use, I put those in the description. This deck is like one of my favorite decks. Okay. So Cheyenne, bully. So this card, it's called archetypes. If you haven't heard of archetypes, I just kind of call them like personality traits. So, but I don't feel like this. Well, so what I feel like is happening, Cheyenne, what this message is like you're getting a lot of like information from other people. I don't feel like people are legitimately bullying you, but I think you're letting their energy come in and sort of like get in your way, and sort of I'm always bad at describing this, but it's like when you think about other people constantly and what they think about you, and you stress out about, oh, what does this person think about me? In a way, you are letting their energy in and affecting you versus blocking them, not letting them in. And so, Cheyenne, maybe this is actually happening. Maybe you're like fighting with people or like you just have conflict in general. It doesn't have to be like this huge thing. But it feels like you're getting that energy in, and I'm hearing that you're attracting this. There's something that you're doing, or well, yeah, it's that you're allowing it to come through. You're kind of, it's like, they're showing me like a friend that I have, or she's not really a friend, but she used to be a friend, and she just really wasn't a good friend, and she was kind of mean, and she was always like, trying to show off and be like, oh, I'm better than you in like these slightly subtle ways. And so like this friend I'm always thinking of, and I'm always like, oh, she probably thinks that I'm dumb, or oh, she probably thinks that I'm silly, or probably, thinks that this or that. And so honestly, she probably doesn't think of me at all, but because I'm like thinking about her, I'm inviting her energy in, I'm letting it affect me. And so in a way, Cheyenne, I think you're inviting this situation to happen. You're sort of letting these people come in and like bully you in a way. And really what this card is about is like those deeper fears, those like subconscious tendencies to be afraid of people, to want to fight back, to push back, and just that fear of being like verbally abused, and just like you don't like it and it's scary, and in a way, because you're thinking about it, you're attracting it. I hope this makes sense. And I think so, kind of to put it in one sentence, I feel like, Cheyenne, because you're like thinking about other people and maybe thinking like, I don't want to say like bad thoughts towards them, but because you're so stressed out about them and like, oh, they're driving me nuts, in a way, you're letting them kind of do the same back to you. And it's kind of like this weird energetic cycle. I hope, okay, that makes sense to me. Sometimes I feel like I get it, but getting it out into words is just hard. Awesome. Thank you, Cheyenne. Good to see you again. Jordan, let's see. Jordan sent a donation. Jordan says, I've been meaning to work with my soul energy and my spiritual workings. I hear that everyone has a soul that is unique in energy and symbolism. What vibe do you get from that? I just want to clarify your question, Jordan. Sorry. Are you asking me to read into your soul as like a unique energy and symbolism? I don't know. I'm trying to like, so for those of you out there who might be readers also, sometimes when you get questions, you have to ask like, what are they really trying to get at here? And so sometimes I'll ask that. Reading into my soul. Yep. Okay. Just what you get my, no, it doesn't sound weird. Well, and that's the thing too, is for, again, if any of you out there are readers, one of the things that I teach is like, there will be people that come up to you that have been practicing this program and you might not have any idea what it is, but you don't need to know what it is. You can read the situation. You can say, okay, guys, whatever this person is doing, that thing, what do I need to know about it? And so you don't have to like know exactly what the whole program is, if that makes sense. Anyway, so Jordan, reading into my soul. Because when I ask about soul, I think like personality, but I feel like you're looking for something different. So I'm going to ask my guides to answer the question in your frame of mind, how you're seeing this, because I feel like if I frame it my way, I'm not going to be clear. Vampire. And I'm immediately getting, Jordan, you drain your energy a lot. Like something is draining you. That's what I should say, but it's you. These are hard cards. These cards are very like get at the heart of the matter, which is why I wanted to pull these for you, Jordan. So the mediator card is talking about like negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, personally or professionally. So when I'm saying in reference to your question, it's almost like this your exploration is the word they're giving me. Your exploration of whatever this is leading you to drain your energy. And you might be doing it for the wrong reasons. It could be that you have a hidden agenda. Maybe it's like to be better than everyone else, or, to get more money, or, again, not that that's like a bad thing, but it's what are those, are you really doing it for the right reason sort of thing? And honestly, Jordan, I feel like you spend so much time like asking everyone else that you don't ever take the time to figure it out yourself. And so you're taking all of these bits of advice and you're doing what everyone is saying, and you're not actually stopping to be like, what do I think I need? And so that's why you're like you're like a vampire to your own energy. It's like that happens a lot with people who get into the spiritual world. Like we trust other people's information. We trust like psychics' information, but sometimes you can get too much into it and use other people's judgments more than yourself. And so, not to say, Jordan, that you don't have a unique energy and soul and you're beautiful. That's not like what I'm trying to say, but I think for whatever reason, what was that word that I used there? Your purpose, like why you're doing this, is kind of draining you. So I guess that's more important for you to know right now, is like if you're gonna go down this route and explore whatever this is, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and you're not like draining yourself on it. The only thing that it feels like is like you looking outwardly for advice on you. And it's like no one's gonna know that advice but you. But what would the right reasons be exactly though? Well, and I think that's something, the highest good for yourself. Absolutely. And I mean, you know, I could be wrong and you could be already doing those things. I could just not be connecting right. But, you know, when I think of like the wrong reasons, I'm thinking of those who do it to be better than someone else or to like get to the top of their career ladder. It's not about sitting down with yourself. I'm trying to say this in the right way, but it feels like it feels like a codependency on other people. You're asking other people about who you are. And nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to have that answer but you. And so you have to sit down, sit with yourself, sit with your soul, and figure out who you are. Nobody's going to tell you that. I think that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. And because you are going to everyone else and to all of these tools and all of these like modalities or programs or techniques, whatever they are, I think because of it, you're just getting this mishmash of confusion and you're trying to use the tools, but the tools are like the distraction. They're the crutch is what I'm hearing. So I just asked if there was anything else for Jordan, and I pulled the Yang card upside down. And so Yang is like action, movement, doing. And so because it's in reverse, I'm getting like slow down, overthinking it, kind of the big message of tonight. Take a break, take a nap. Like I feel like you really need to put this up on the shelf for a bit, leave it, and then come back to it. But don't come back to it on your own, if that makes sense. Sit with it with yourself. And don't look for anyone's outward opinions on it. And I think that makes sense with your question of you're asking me about your soul, and I'm not gonna be able to tell you. You're gonna know. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you a bit, but it's not gonna resonate as much as if you figured it out. And I'm not trying to be like, no, I don't want to answer the question. This is like what your guides just are telling me is like the answer is like you had to figure it out. I hope that makes sense. And I should say at the beginning of my readings, and I always forget that I say what I get, and sometimes that might not always be what you want to hear, and sometimes it can be harsh. I feel like I get a lot of harsh guides because I feel like a lot of psychics want to sugarcoat things and make people happy, but I've always been somebody who's like, no, I'll tell you how it is. I'll tell you what I get. Most psychics say Ouija. Am I saying it wrong? Boards are bad. Spelling on that. Oh. Most psychics say Ouija boards are bad. Yeah, and I go over that in the video. And I think it can be basically what I describe is that the Ouija boards, why are they any different than this? Why are they any different than tarot cards? And I think why they are bad is because how they are used. And a lot of people open up the box, pull out the board, and invite in negative energy, expecting the negative energy, and then they invite the negative energy in, which makes sense. That's like exactly what most people do. And so the Ouija board is associated with all these horrible things. But I think the Ouija board or spirit boards can also be used like tarot. If you sat down and you said, I'm only talking to positive beings, high vibe beings, then why is it not like a tarot card? And so we basically tried it today, and you'll have to see in the video how it turned out. There's no bad vibes. We did everything that we're supposed to do, protect ourselves, again, connect to the right people, right spirits, set a bubble, did a meditation, and then we talked to the spirit, and then when we were done, we closed everything up, we smudged, we did everything. So if you're doing it that way, again, how's it different than a pendulum or tarot cards or I'm trying to think of another tool. It's basically the same thing. Ouija boards just come with a lot of history and a lot of bad rap. But I shouldn't, I'm like giving the whole video away. By the way, links to donate to your tarot card is broken. No! Thank you, Jordan. I think I know why. Let me write that down. Sorry. Or else I will forget. I basically changed up my description and I did a lot of copying and pasting, and that's probably why it didn't work. So Ouija. What am I? No, not Ouija. Why am I writing down Ouija? My brain's all over the place. Tarot link. Those yellow icons on your Instagram are pretty cute. Do you mean like my stories or just like my posts? Thank you though. Trying to get on top of my Instagram game. I didn't realize how much quicker you can grow Instagram than YouTube. Should have started there. Words are hard indeed. Thank you, Roxanne. A chakra focus. I'm not sure what that question means. Reading it to my soul. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Catching up on the comments. Do I even have guides? Yes, everyone has guides. Everyone has guides. Hi, V Cookie. V Cookie, I told my husband that I was like, I have an army fan in my chat. And he was like, makes sense. Armies are everywhere. I cracked up. Let's see. Hi, Lauren. I sent in for a reading. Nicole, thank you. Okay, so Nicole, let me know what your question is in the comments. Thank you for the donation. Sorry, Jordan. I feel like I just kind of rambled on it. But I think that's like your guides like want you to be confused because they want you to just like sit with yourself and figure it out yourself, if that makes sense. Hi, Jacqueline. Is this the same Jacqueline that got a reading from me? If so, thank you. I made one but never used it. Why? I don't know what that question is. Excited for your video. I agree too. I use a pen on my tarot. And basically, Carla and everyone who's like curious about this Ouija board thing, spoiler, because you guys are in here live, I don't think it worked. It was so slow. And basically, I'm just giving you everything now. But basically, we were moving the planchette around, and it was like we both felt the frustration from the spirits that we were talking to. Like they would start to answer, and then we could both feel them like leave, or like one time be like, this is so slow. And they were just like, I'm talking to you. Why can't you like listen? And I'm like, well, no, I'm trying to use this. And it was something that you could use, but it was so slow, so inconvenient. And it was, if you don't know, and if you're not paying attention psychically, basically what happened was we would get one spirit come in and they'd start, and then they'd leave because it was hard. And then another spirit would come in. And so you could read it all as like the same spirit, if that makes sense. Are you a psychic or a witch? I'm not a witch. I do not practice paganism. Not that you have to be pagan to do witchy things. I do fun rituals, and I do borrow a lot of witchy rituals because they're fun. But I'm mostly just a psychic and a medium. I will ask my pendulum if Ouija boards are bad. I don't know. Those pendulums might be like, I'm better. Just kidding. Armies are everywhere. General reading, please, or whatever comes up from my guides. Awesome. Hi, Jacqueline. Thank you for the reading, Jacqueline. It's good to meet you. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube, just Psychic Lauryn, and it's Lauryn with a Y. That throws people off. I think someone last week was trying to get into my group readings, and they couldn't find the link, and so they were messaging a Psychic Lauryn. Oh my gosh, did you see that hair? Psychic Lauryn with an E, and they were like, what event? And then she realized, oh shoot, it's the wrong Lauryn. Okay, so sorry everyone, I'm reading Nicole right now because Nicole sent a donation. Nicole. So I'm hearing stuff first. So sometimes my guides communicate to me by showing like my own memories or people I know so that I can better understand like what's going on. Okay, and I could be wrong, Nicole. I'm just feeling like burnout and fatigue. But I is that the right? Okay, so here's what's happening. They're showing me my sister, who's named Nicole. And I was like, okay, well, am I just seeing that because Nicole, that name is similar? They're like, no, there's something here. There's something about her personality that is similar. And I'm like, okay, what is that? And I'm seeing like that burnout, that fatigue. They're like showing me a lot of people. Like, I don't know if you go out a lot or you just like give a lot of your energy to other people. Feels similar to like the reading that I just gave for somebody else. I just want them to clarify. Clarify, please. Whatever this is, that's like what they're trying to address and what they're trying to give you advice on. Like, I don't want to go down the route of like, have you been really like self-sabotaging yourself? It's almost what it feels like is like this self-sabotage of like staying up late, like eating bad foods, maybe drinking too much, like, you know, no judgment here. This is judgment-free zone. And again, Nicole, I could be wrong, but it's just kind of like this lower vibe that I'm getting from you of just like burnout, fatigue, exhaustion. I feel like this message is a little bit for me too. And your guys are saying, and so this is kind of like the advice, and they're saying, pay attention to all the things that are going well in your life right now. Because I pulled this card in reverse, and it's like you're not seeing all the things that are good for you right now. There's so much abundance around you. And one of the things I like to do, this is for everybody, is every time you get abundance in your life, write it down. I just call it my abundance list, and I put it on my fridge. And this, you know, most people, when they think of abundance, they think of like money. So you could write down every time you like make a sale or something. But you can also write down just anything that's abundant, like somebody giving you a compliment, money that you saved by finding a coupon. I'm trying to think of other things. You know, like I got a full 8 hours of sleep or something. Every little thing like that, the more you can train your brain into recognizing all the good things that you're getting, then you're constantly going to be kind of like walking around being like, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. My life is awesome. My life is awesome. And I think what happens then is you attract more of it. And so your guides really want you to get into the habit of like just seeing everything that's going great in your life right now, Nicole. And which makes sense with this next card. They want you to be in the present. Don't stress out about the past and, you know, what could have been better, what could have been done. Don't focus so much on the future that you're not living in the present. And they really want you to pay attention to the signs, those serendipitous signs, those synchronicities that happen in your life where, you know, you might be walking and something happens and you're like, oh, that was weird. And then like 2 seconds later, another thing happens and it's like the same exact message. And you're like, whoa, okay, whoa. And so I think, Nicole, it's just like really be in the present moment. If you could do like any mindfulness meditations, I feel like that would help. Like I'm specifically seeing, I don't even know if they have anything like this, but on Netflix, Headspace just released a second like meditation thing. So you can do meditations on Netflix. I absolutely love that. But I'm just feeling like anything you can do to focus on gratitude and abundance, Nicole, that should be like your mantra. Is either gratitude or abundance. I think when you appreciate your abundance, you're grateful, and then your gratitude attracts more abundance. I just see it as like this big circle, if that makes sense. Where'd your question go? Thank you, Jacqueline. Oh, sorry. There's 2 Nicoles that have donated. Sorry. Nicole Imperial. I'm reading Nicole Lisa right now. Any other things for Nicole Lisa? I'll just pull one more card. All right, Lisa. Nicole Lisa. Get present. Get present. Thank you, Nicole. Hey everyone, you're just tuning in. Welcome if it's your first time here. Basically every Tuesday night I do live readings. Usually what we do is like guessing games, and those ones are free. But if anyone donates, I kind of put those on hold and I get to those people first. So I think that was Nicole Lisa. Now we are on to other Nicole. So Nicole Imperial next, and then I think Jordan will be after that. He also, Jordan, I feel like sometimes I call you he and sometimes I call you she. Not that it matters, but sorry if I'm doing either one, then it's incorrect. Okay, so Nicole Imperial. I often get the message that I hear my guides, but I'm not listening. How can I learn to listen more? Nicole, you've come to the right place. Basically, this is non-intuitive. This is like Lauryn advice and tooting my own horn. On my channel, I teach you guys all about the clairs. And so when people are probably telling you that you're not listening, it's probably what they mean is that they can hear you, but you can't hear them. And so it's like they're talking to you. And I like to think of, you and your guides like being on a phone call. They're trying to call you, they're speaking through the phone, but your phone is just like not working. And this is your psychic ability. And I'm all about teaching you guys how to strengthen your psychic ability and how to use your 6 clairs. I believe that the 6 clairs are all you need to read anything that you ever need to read. And so if someone is telling you that you are clairaudient, that means like hearing, you hear information. I both hear and see information. Lately, I've been really clairaudient, just way more hearing. So if you want to learn how to listen more specifically, because you want to play to that clair and that clair strengths, it's a lot easier to use a clair that you're strongest with versus like a clair that you never use, like clairalience, like smelling. You want to basically look for clairaudient exercises, Nicole. So that's like my little spiel. I just like saw something pop in the corner of my eyes. So fun fact, one of the clairvoyant things you can do is see things in your peripherals. And that's like often how I like see things is like I'm not directly looking at it, but I see things in my peripherals. And so this like spirit popped in for you, Nicole. The spirit is like here to help you listen more. And so now I'm going to answer your question intuitively. And that's always good because sometimes we just don't know. So breathe. So Nicole, maybe taking the time to actually do like a guided meditation to sit down and actually like take the time. A lot of us sometimes are like, okay, I'll do a reading. And we sit here and we like wait for like 10 seconds. We're like, oh, I'm not getting anything. You really have to sometimes force yourself. And I mean, I'm even like, I totally do this too. Like sometimes I don't put in the time. So breathe. Nicole, breathe. Take time to do a meditation. Maybe find a guided meditation on how to connect with those clairs. Maybe I should make a meditation. I'm going to make that meditation. I don't know about you guys, but I've been in just like this crazy creative flow. I've been coming up with all sorts of ideas for my channel. I'm like staying up till 1 a.m. every night because I'm like, I have so many ideas. Exchanging gifts, Nicole, is the other thing you can do to listen more. What does that mean? Okay. So I'm asking like, what does this mean? And Nicole, anything you can do to sort of show your guides that you're here, you're serious, you want to connect with them. Like the closest thing I could think of is like when you want to connect with fairies, sometimes they'll say, leave out shiny objects in your garden, or, like go outside and clean up some trash. Fairies like that. So doing something to show your guides that you care and you want to connect. And I think the intention here is that, one, you are showing your guides, but they know you want to connect. And so it's really more for you and you being like, no, I'm serious about this. Like, I'm going to do this. And sometimes when you take your psychic ability a little bit more seriously, it works better. Or it's more reliable is what I should say. So I'm just asking if like they can give me an example. They're like saying like inviting them in, Nicole. Like I don't know if you like light a candle or make like a little altar space, or even like put up a picture of one of your guides. I feel like just anything you can do to invite them in. Like I'm feeling like very physical stuff. Like I want to have you like make an altar. And I have a video on that on my channel, but I never recommend it because I always feel like my altar sucks. It's just like a bunch of books. But your altar can be whatever it needs to be. Okay. Anything else for Nicole? The opposite. Nicole, so yang, which is do, action, take action. So I would really try to go out of your way to take action to connect with your guides so that you can hear them. So maybe that's taking action by learning about psychic development. Maybe it's by buying a deck of cards. The opposite of yang is like that more receptive, receive, just like let it happen. And I'm kind of feeling like this opposite energy, Nicole, of just don't wait around for something to like tell you how to do it, figure it out and like learn how to strengthen that ability so that you can talk to them yourself. Excuse me. Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, all the new people that are in here. Please subscribe. You guys don't understand how much it helps my channel. It's so weird how YouTube works its analytics, but yes, it helps me a lot. And I'm so close. I need like 250 more watch hours. That's all I need. That's all I need to get monetized. And you guys are probably like, she just needs to get monetized so she can stop talking about it. Okay, so Jordan wants to know. So Jordan sent in another donation. Just let me double check this. Sorry, guys. Wait, is there a third Nicole? Sorry, guys. Okay. No, there's two Nicoles. Sometimes. Jordan, am I crazy? I only got one. The earth is flat and COVID is fake. Okay. I'm sorry, Jordan. Yeah, double check. Was it through PayPal? Because I'm only seeing one. I'm sorry. I totally trust you. Like, I just want to make sure. Oh, did you do Venmo maybe the second time? I saw that. I'm sorry, guys. Until I get monetized, like I'm having to do both PayPal and Venmo, and it's just a mess. I'll check here again in a second, Jordan. I'm just tuning in. How does this work? Donations only. I think I answered that already, but we do basically free readings. You play like little guessing games. If you don't want to wait, send me a donation, and I will absolutely get your message. I don't know how to say your name. I'm just going to call you Myro. To answer your question about you can't see or hear your guides, and you can't control it, but you only hear it when you wake up. That is a perfect example of just somebody who hasn't developed their psychic abilities. You can't control when and how it happens. You just kind of get these hunches or you kind of get flashes and you have no control. And that is all of what I teach is about the psychic ability and all these exercises. I have a whole playlist of exercises, and then I have all these other videos kind of framing these things and giving you advice on all the different aspects of, past readings, future readings, how to connect with your clairs. Like, and I even have video courses on it. So if you're not seeing or hearing your guides, it's probably because, again, that telephone is not receiving information. Your psychic ability is not honed. But what I like to say is that your psychic ability is like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger that muscle gets. But you can't expect to go into the gym for a day and come out buff. And so, again, it's all about practice. And that's what kind of sucks, is you're not going to get that immediate result. But if you practice enough and often, you're going to become more intuitive. You're going to be able to rely on it more. And you'll start to get information that's more accurate, and it'll come in when you want it to, and like you'll be able to shut off your ability, you'll be able to turn it on. And to kind of answer the question, and I'm only answering this question because it's about psychic development, and kind of helping you guys, because that's what I am, is I'm a psychic coach. And when you're waking up or when you're sleeping, you're naturally just more receptive. You're in a very similar state to meditating, right? You're sort of receiving, your brain is shutting down, you're trying not to think of anything, you're trying to fall asleep. And so that's when a lot of intuitive information comes through to those who are not really tuned in. So to answer your question, it's all about practice, like getting in the habit, learning and understanding how you receive information, learning how to shut it off, learning how to turn it on, learning how to connect to the right beings. All of that stuff is stuff that I teach. Thank you. Okay. Got it. Sorry. Sorry, Jordan. I promise you didn't send it twice. Because I'm seeing your first one, and then I'm seeing Nicole, and then you again. I got Nicole Johnson and Nicole Bauer, correct? Just double checking. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we got it. Sorry, Jordan. So Jordan's question was, one last paid reading for the night. Sorry, Jordan. Thanks for your patience. I want to ask if there's any other messages from my guides or spirits. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just having like someone brush my arm, Jordan. Tuning into that. This is like for you. This is kind of like a female guide. I would not be surprised. See all this hair that's floating around me? It's shedding season in my house. I've got a husky and a white cat, and they're just shedding like nobody's business. This female guide is like, she's like very much like gentle, like slow down, like she's like this like motherly energy that just wants to hold you, Jordan, and just be like, breathe, be gentle with yourself. Interesting. So I'm pulling the tribe card for you, Jordan. So this is sort of, who is she like? Angelic? It feels like ancestor or like relative, Jordan. But a guide at the same time. But not like angel high vibe level. I see them a little differently, and I'm not getting that vibe from her. But the tribe card is all about like, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with high vibe people? Is it good energy? Is it okay. Sorry. So they're saying, Jordan, they're going back to kind of like this spiritual development path that you're on, and they really want you to get around other people, like take classes with other people. I didn't realize how much there is online in the metaphysical community, but I encourage everybody to take in-person classes. Like, find a metaphysical store near you, and it is okay to take crappy classes. Like, I think there is a value of finding crappy teachers and taking crappy classes, and also like finding the wrong people, because you learn about yourself spiritually and what you are attracted to, what you're into, and what you're not into. And you find your spiritual truth by being around people who are not connected to theirs. This is a very specific message, but like, I'm trying to think of like, there's been so many times where I've taken in-person classes and I've met people and you can tell they're just like crazy. Like, and I don't, not saying this of anyone, but you guys know, like, that person who's just like there for the wrong reasons and they're so living in this upper world that they forget to be in the physical world. And they kind of like believe everything. And sometimes it's good to be around people and sit in classes where the teacher, you're just like, this person does not know what they're talking about. And there's something about that, because you find your own spiritual truths and you set your own boundaries. And I don't know why, Jordan, you will benefit from this, but I think you'll find the right people for you. You'll find both the wrong people and the right people. And by finding the wrong people, your guides are like, you're going to find the people that are going to help you, to elevate you, to really help you along this journey. Like, they're even showing me like my friends, for example. Like, I went through those courses. There was definitely some crazies, and I decided, okay, I'm not going to be this person who has no boundaries around this and believes everything and anything. But then I found more grounded people in these spiritual practices, and I made really good friends out of it. People who are both spiritual, but also grounded in reality a little bit. And so, Jordan, I think for whatever reason, focusing on this is going to help you spiritually, and you're going to have like really good friends out of it. So again, Jordan, if you can, like, try to find spiritual things, like, even if it's just like an event at your local metaphysical store. Like, sometimes a psychic will come in and just do like a prediction. I feel like surrounding yourself with like-minded people is going to help you both spiritually and relationshipy. I hope that makes sense. Thanks, Jordan. So having like prophetic dreams once in a while is completely normal. Absolutely, Roxanne. That is your psychic ability. You are receiving information a lot in your dreams. And if you are lucky enough to remember what they are, prophetic dreams or precognition is something that I talk about. And you can find videos on precognition in my channel, and that's basically like future readings. So you're getting a precognitive hit about the future, whereas like versus like you're reading about the present or you're reading about the past. And precognition, I should have done a video on precognition versus premonition. Premonition is also that future forward thinking, but it's that just feeling. It's a more clairsentient feeling. Well, it doesn't have to be clairsentient. I want to correct myself there. Premonitions are when you know something is going to happen, but you have no other information. Like, it's just this feeling that you get of like something bad is going to happen, or it could be something good. Like, something good is about to happen. You don't really have evidence. You don't really have exact information on what it is that this is going to be, but you just have a bad feeling or a really good feeling. I would argue that premonitions could also be somebody who's getting a precognitive hit, but their psychic ability is not honed enough to know what it is. There's a gray line there, if that makes sense. But totally normal. Again, you in your sleeping state are in that most receptive state. And that's how psychic information comes to you, when you are receiving, when it's coming to you, not when you are pushing or searching or kind of using that analytic mind. It's coming to you. Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anybody with my donations. How do you determine the difference? Difference between what? Sorry. I know I'm talking about like 4 bajillion different things at once. Determine the difference between... I don't know. Ask me again. I've lost track of all the things. Thank you for being cool. I'm gonna watch more of your videos after I finish fixing my car. Awesome. I hope it goes well. Yeah, a lot of these questions I get so many bajillions of times that I'm like, I'll make a channel and put up the videos, and then I won't have to answer it a bajillion times, but I love answering it anyway. Thanks, Jordan. It was the spirits. How do you determine the difference between good spirits and bad spirits? I'm still confused. Sorry. Angelic guide answer. Oh, I see. Well, it's all about language. And I think my most recent video is all about that, Emma. So you might be perfectly timed. I think, what was my most recent video? No, my recent video was about the Zener cards. Oh, look, I'm live. I just want to point you in the right direction. So, Emma, I made a video called Interpreting Psychic Hits. What does it mean? I talk about how to know the difference between different things. And the thing is I might see an angel a certain way. You might see an angel a different way. So your guides sort of set languages or symbols that you can use, or you can set these symbols. For example, like one of the common questions I get with animal communication is, oh, you know, how do I know if this animal is past or living? And so what I do is I set symbols with my guides. And so I say, guides, give me a symbol for what a living animal is, and then give me a symbol for what a deceased animal is. And so then when I'm in a reading and I'm trying to figure out, are they living or are they past? This often happens when like someone's pet is lost. They want to know if they're okay. So I asked if they're living or not. And so my guides will show me living pets kind of up high and like almost like see-through, really far away. Whereas past pets. Living pets feels like they will be in the room with me, and sometimes I'll like see them running around. And so that's how I set my symbols, but that doesn't mean your guides are going to communicate in the same way for you. So it's all about learning how your guides want to communicate with you. So if you are like, well, what's the difference between an angel or a guide or an ancestor? You can ask, and you can have them set those symbols. Just the next time you're meditating, like, show me what this means. Show me what that means. And then you can set it, because I can tell you how I determine it. Look at all this hair. It's ridiculous. But that might not be how your guides communicate with you. So I talk about all of that in that video. Sorry, we're getting off topic, but this is a little bit of a good break for me. Sometimes I have to talk about other things for a second. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Emma. Yeah, that's exactly. Check out that video because I basically go in depth on that. Hey everyone, if you're just joining me, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. All of that helps my channel out, and I'm trying to get more videos to you guys, do this more full time. Basically every Tuesday night, I'm on here doing these live readings. Fridays I upload new videos about psychic development, all things psychic-y. And I completely forgot like my big announcement. My animal communication video is just like days away from getting to you guys. It just has to be approved through Udemy, but it's done. It's sent off. I'm going to have that soon available for purchase. So excited to finally get that one wrapped up. I filmed it when I was pregnant, which was like almost a year ago. Now I'm just now editing it. Of course, it took me like a week, but that's how I am with my edits. Alrighty. So for the live reading nights, what I do is I do guessing games, and whoever guesses the thing that I'm thinking of can get the reading. If you don't want to wait and you don't want to play the guessing game, you can send me a donation through my Venmo or my PayPal. Both of those links are in the description down below. And again, as soon as I get monetized, I'll have super chat and you guys won't have to deal with it. So sorry, but thank you. Can you do a video on spirit babies? Vicky, did you ask me about that before? Somebody asked me about that before. I'd love to do a video on spirit babies. I sort of addressed the topic in my intuitive pregnancy series that I tried to do, which of course it was not very interesting to a lot of you, which makes sense. I was just doing that for me. But I did a series of videos about like how to use your psychic abilities during the pregnancy process, just with all the things that come up, like all the ways you could use your psychic ability. But I talked a little bit about spirits and babies, like, you know, our babies out there in the world, do they choose us? And I've definitely felt that with my son. Like when I knew that I was kind of getting ready to have a baby, it was crazy just how fast everything lined up. It was like our money got a lot better. Everything that we kind of wanted to get done got done. Even my husband came to me and said, I want to have kids, which like blew my mind. And I felt the energy of a boy coming in, and it was coming in strong. And he was like, I'm ready. And I got pregnant in a month. And like, and that's kind of one of those things where I felt him ahead of time. I felt like he was ready. I felt his energy. I knew it was a him even before he came in, or before we had him. And so, yeah, I absolutely think you can meet your kids in spirit if you so choose. You asked me on Insta. Okay, thank you. I was like, oh shit, I want to talk about that. I thought you meant an etheric. What's an etheric pregnancy? Now I want to know. All right, let's do a guessing game. I am thinking of, I'm just going to do colors tonight. I'm thinking of another color. If you can guess the color that I'm thinking of, you get the reading. Thank you for dealing with all my rambles. I'm curious. I'm going to Google it. Etheric pregnancy? Search spheric pregnancy. Yellow. Roxanne, you got it. Roxanne, you get the reading. Let me know what question you have in the comment section. Excuse me. And I also do coaching, you guys. So if you like purchase my course, you're really like interested, know that I've got a Facebook group. We all practice in there. Again, all levels of skill are welcome. We also have that group monthly practice that we do the last Tuesday of every month. So that's like a group Zoom call, and I give you guys exercises and we're face-to-face doing stuff. And then I also do coaching. So one-on-one coaching. If you're still really struggling and you're just like, oh, I need to just talk to Lauryn and like figure this out, I do like a combination of giving you coaching advice, as well as like giving you a little bit of a reading. So just some services I offer. Yes, they feel real. Absolutely. And I've been in so many readings with other people when I was studying at the Aspen program, where people would pick up on the other people's kids that were about to come in, like, or kids that had passed. So it's just something that it's happened so many times that I feel like, yeah, absolutely, they're there. Hoping there's more guessing games. Yeah, guessing game after this, unless somebody else donates. So Roxanne is going to be next, waiting for her to let me know her question. And I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and the Archetype deck. Dang, I wasn't ready for that. Isn't that funny? You're like, I want a reading. I'll try to guess. And then you win and you're like, oh, crap. Maybe can you tell me something about my relationships with people in general? Is there ones that needs to be fixed? This will be a good deck to use. Okay. And I just kind of like make out layouts in my head. And this is how... This is how you feel towards other people. This is how other people feel towards you. Is kind of like what my guides were saying as I was shuffling. Okay, so who is this? This is Roxanne. Roxanne, this is a good card. So it says servant, But so your relationship with other people, I think you kind of do this back and forth, but mostly you're pretty good about this of like being a good friend to other people. So like, the negative side of being a servant is like when you're draining yourself, when you're giving so much to other friendships. Like we all know those people who just like they don't take care of themselves. They just please the other person. They're friends with the people that they shouldn't be friends with because they have no like standards for themselves. But I feel like this necessarily isn't you, Roxanne. I feel like you do a good job of giving enough to friendships, but also like expecting stuff in return. You're not a servant. You do it out of the goodness of your heart, but you also have those boundaries. Sometimes you might struggle with that, and sometimes you might go into those relationships where you're just like, why am I still friends with this person? Like this isn't a good situation. How others see you in like, I'm kind of asking like, what are these relationships with other people and what do they kind of perceive of you? The opposite. I pulled the femme fatale card, and before I even read it, it just feels like the energy of people look at you and see that you don't have a lot of confidence in yourself, and that affects the friendship somehow. It's like because you aren't as confident in yourself, they take advantage of the friendship more. That's what it is. That's not what it says here on the card at all, but I'm reading the cards intuitively. Again, I've already made a video, and that's gonna be pretty soon, of how I sort of do that. But I think they don't see you as super confident in yourself. Not that you aren't. And I think maybe, okay, so that's that shadow side of when you're in those moments of like, you're giving too much to that other person. You're not sort of setting those boundaries and being like, you know what, you kind of need to like call me back every now and then, or like, you need to let me breathe a little bit. That's kind of how they see you, as like this not confident person, and they take advantage of it. So it's kind of like, we'll turn the tables, act more confident, even if you're faking it, kind of set those boundaries. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get better relationships, and they're going to reciprocate a lot better. And you won't feel like you're a slave to those relationships. Maybe I was struggling recently, and some people cut me off. Yeah, and Roxanne, when people do that too, at what point are they really your friends? If they were your friends, I've always believed that they'll stick around with you no matter what. Doesn't mean you didn't screw up sometimes and you need to apologize sometimes, but yeah, I think this is just kind of like in general the things you struggle with when it comes to those friendships, if that makes sense. And it's like if one thing happens, then it affects the other thing, so do the opposite and they'll kind of balance each other out. Yes, still accepting donations. I like V Cookie and Conscious Emma are just having a conversation over here, which is totally fine. I'm learning too. I'm like, what is this? Good reminder for sure. Yes. Thank you, Roxanne. All right, I don't think we have any more donations at the moment, so let's do another guessing game. My guides are like, let's do it. Let's do some speed readings. Okay, I'll do one more kind of like lengthy reading, and let's do some speed readings. Because my guides are like, we want to challenge you on your claircognizance. And then we will, I'm so spacey right now. And then, yeah, we'll do speed readings. Hi, everyone. I'm not sure if it was an actual twin flame or false, but I feel like this is like Anakin being birthed from the Force ghosts is like what you guys are talking about. That's what it sounds like. Lightning spark. Oh, okay. Let's do lightning spark and then one more kind of longer reading, and then we'll do speed readings to wrap it up. Lightning spark, let me know what your question is. You sent it on PayPal. See, PayPal sends me one notification and then it's like done. Okay. Thank you, Lightning Spark. Can I call you by your name? I'll call you Julian. I know that's like probably not similar at all, but like my brain just immediately went to like, I always make fun of those Star Wars series, which by the way, happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I always make fun of the time. I was rewatching the series with my husband because he's a fan. And I was like, what did they just say? Did they just say that Anakin just didn't have a dad and he just came into creation by somebody else with a bunch of Metachlorians? I don't know. And it's like, I was like Jesus? Like Anakin's like Jesus. He just like appeared out of nowhere. And my husband was like, yeah, but it was like the Force. And I probably shouldn't say the inappropriate things that I said, but every time it cracks me up. Anyway. All right. Can I have a message from Spirit, please? Yes. I'm going to pull cards for you. And then I'll kind of tune in intuitively. So this is Julian. Okay. I'm pulling all of these reversed. So, excuse me. Change in the wind. I feel like right now things are really kind of upended for you, Julian. Like everything is changing, everything is uncomfortable, and I feel like you're fighting it. So like I feel like instead of going with the flow, you're just like you're trying to get it back to how it was. Like you're trying to be like, excuse me. So your guides are trying to say, you know, things are changing, but it's for the better. Don't fight it. Go with the flow. And then the co-create card is also in reverse. And so this is saying, like, your guides are saying, work with us, Julian. Like, we are here. Whatever you want, we will help you manifest. And so what I like to tell people with co-creation is tell the universe what you want clearly. Like, this is like manifestation 101. Tell the universe what you want clearly. If you don't know what you want, they don't know what you want. And then once you know what you want and you've set that intention, you sent it out and you say, this is what I want. You have to trust that spirit is going to help you manifest this. And when I say spirit, it's whatever you believe in. If you believe in the universe, if you believe in God, if you believe in, I don't know, the purple people eater, I don't know. Then whatever it is, you have to believe that they are going to help you, that you are not alone in your spiritual journey. And then one tip I always like to give, this is from Denise Duffield Thomas's book about manifestation. Her book is Lucky Bitch, and I have a video review on it. And I think everyone should buy that book. I think everyone should also buy her Chillpreneur book if you are a business owner. Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent. And her tip is to do something uncomfortable. Meet the universe halfway. So, like if you're trying to manifest a new job, but you're in a job that you are like stuck already, like say you're delivering pizzas or something, but you really want a better job. So do something to tell the universe you are serious about this new job. And that could be something like give your 2 weeks notice, like something serious that makes you uncomfortable. Obviously, if that's not the best financial decision for you, I get it. I'm just trying to like give an example. So right now, Lightning Spark, your guides are like, we're trying to put things in a better place. You're resisting it. And then also you don't know what you want. Try to be clear about that and we will help you manifest it. I've been seeing 141 and 242 a lot every day for the past month. And I feel like Spirit is trying to tell me something, but I don't know what. And a lot of time with those numbers, they're just trying to get your attention. And sometimes when you look up those numbers online or in a book, you're like, I don't know what these mean. And so I'll just sort of tune into it. I feel like it's in relation to this. It's like, stop resisting, stop resisting. And I don't know why those sequence of numbers, but, and this could be wrong. You could associate something totally different with it. But when I see 1, 4, 1 and 2, 4, 2, it's like you're starting at 1, you're going forward, but then you're going back to 1. And then you're starting at 2, you're going forward to 4, and then you're going back to 2. And so it's like that resistance. It's like your guides are trying to move you forward, but you're moving backwards. If that resonates with you, maybe every time that you see those same numbers now, you could be like, oh, is that happening again? If it doesn't resonate with you, throw it out. I could be wrong. Peace was the third card that I pulled for you, Lightning Spark. And right now, I think the reason why you're having such a hard time with this is you just need to relax. It's like the group reading that I did towards the beginning, I feel like would also apply to you, Lightning Spark, if you want to go back and sort of listen to that. But I feel like you just have too much going on. You're not settling down. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not really connecting to what you want. What's not working is what I'm hearing. You know, sometimes we keep going and doing all the same things that we normally do. And we fight it and we fight it. And then we never stop to be like, actually, do I want to be doing this? And I kind of feel like this is that same thing going on. I'm trying to concentrate about what I'm thinking about at the time when I see those numbers. Perfect. That's exactly what you should be doing. And again, you know, that's how it feels to me, but that doesn't mean that's how it feels to you. Like, when I see 1111, I think of like, think about what you do, what you want, not what you don't want. And that's what I like repeat every time it's 1111. I see 1111 literally every day. Because my guides are always like, don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. But you know, I have a friend who sees 1111 and she says something totally different. So again, you're doing the right thing. Stop, focus on what's going on in your life and what you're thinking at the moment. And you start to make those associations on your own. You can always pull a tarot card too. Like, what are you trying to say with this number? Like, let's talk in words and not numbers. Joyce, hello. Good to see you too. It's been like 2 weeks because we had my group reading, not the group reading. I'm doing a group psychic development practice the last Tuesday of every month. So last Tuesday I wasn't on, but if you guys like my live readings, I'm on every Tuesday night. And if you want to catch me next time, I will have the event in the description down below and how you can find me. I have tarot cards too, but I feel confused when I ask for myself. I know what you mean. I do have an older video, but it's like my quick start tarot guide. I give you some tips on how you can use tarot cards. But sometimes they just don't always work for you. You know, everybody uses different tools. Like some people like pendulums more. Some people like tarot cards more. You know, whatever it is. Hello, Chim. Hey, girl. Oh, awesome. I can hear your voice in your reading or in your text. Good to see you, Joyce. All right. So I think I said one more kind of fun guessing game reading, unless there was somebody that donated. I don't think we have anybody. And yeah, so let's do one more guessing game, and then I'm going to jump into speed readings for the last part of the night. So speed readings are going to be rapid fire. Everyone gets an answer, but you're getting like a sentence answer, which I'm always really bad at, but I always stay way too long on them. I need to be faster. But yeah, we're going to do that after this last guessing game. So, I joined late, but hi, Silly Rabbit, welcome. Okay, I am thinking of. I'm thinking of a fruit. If you can guess the fruit that I'm thinking of, then you get the reading. Woohoo! Yeah, I'd be curious if you guys can share links in my chat. post it to the main comments. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Nobody's gotten it yet. Not a pineapple, not orange, not grape, not an apple. You guys are reading each other. This is funny. This is gonna make me hungry. It's like kiwis. I haven't had kiwis in a long time. I should find a kiwi. Nobody's got it yet, right? Piece of fruit. Piece of fruit. Sending it your way. Ooh, lychees. Lychees are good. I hate the seeds, but they're delicious. It's a pretty basic one. Nobody's gotten it though. These are like my favorite. Every time it's in season, I will buy a bag. I've actually got a tree outside and it was growing some, but then my neighbor cut down their tree and then it fell on our tree. I fell on our tree of this type of fruit. It broke it. Cherry, Jacqueline, you got it. That was a lot of guesses. Look at all those guesses. Just double checking that it was Jacqueline first. Cherry, Jacqueline. Oh, Chim, you were so close. Yay! Jacqueline, let me know what your question is. After Jacqueline, we'll do speed reading. So that means everyone will be able to throw up their question and I'll just kind of go as fast as I can. I'm always very slow at it. Oh, but I was so mad. They chopped their tree down and then it busted our fence and then it landed right on our cherry tree and they didn't tell us. They just like, it could have come over and like knocked on the door and been like, sorry guys. But what they did instead was they said, we cut down this tree and it was technically half on your property. So can you pay half to get it removed? And we're like, are you kidding me right now? After you just busted our fence? I'm going on a rant. All right. Jacqueline, have a good night. All right. Bye, Joyce. Good to see you. Stay in touch, girly. Yes, we'll do. And by the way, guys, Joyce does a lot of live tarot readings. She does way more than I do. So if you really like the live tarot readings, check Joyce out. We also did, Joyce and I did a video a while back about hoodoo voodoo and all of that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, check out our video on that. I basically did kind of like a virtual interview. She's all the way in New Orleans. I'm in Colorado. We've never met in person, but it's really fun that was a fun video. I learned a lot. Okay, general maybe. Do my guides have any advice on how to let go of resistance? Ooh, that is a great question. I like that, Jacqueline. Gossip? I don't know why people do that. Hello. Let go of resistance. And so even though this says gossip, Jacqueline, this is like, I'm feeling like this is you and you're thinking about what everyone else is saying about you or to you. It's kind of like this energy of like, what do people think of me? Are people judging me? Maybe there's this like fear of judgment. And so what was your let go of resistance? And so maybe for whatever reason, that's kind of like making you feel like I'm only really feeling this clairsentiently. It's like you're kind of worried about what other people think. And I'm getting this like kind of bunched up energy of like protecting yourself. And so maybe just letting go of that. Knowing that, you know, what these people have to say, it doesn't matter because what they're saying is like, you're going to do everything in a genuine way. As long as like everything you say and you do is genuine to you and you can always like back it up with, no, I meant that. I felt that. Then there's no reason that anyone would come and attack you. This feels like what's the word I'm looking for? A fear that's just like unjustified. Like there's some fear that people think things about you or feel things about you, and really like nobody feels this way at all about you. And so maybe there's like something that happened one time and you're like, oh, I have to make sure that I do this right or PC the next time or something like that. That's just sort of the energy that I'm getting. So if you can kind of release that and say, it's almost like the prescription or like what they're trying to tell you to do is just ground yourself in the integrity of what you're doing, of like knowing that if someone were to ever come and question you, you would be like, look backwards and be like, you know what? No, I stand by that. Everything I do, every action I make, I do for the right reasons, and no one would question me. If that makes, I hope I'm making sense here. Like I think about it with my channel. Like sometimes I'm terrified that somebody's gonna like look at an old video of mine and be like, oh, you said this thing and you're an awful person for it. But what I do is every time I make my videos, I really make sure that I'm clear about what I'm saying so that I couldn't ever be misconstrued as like saying something bad. And then when I'm talking, or, you know, if someone were to ask me about it in the future, I'd be like, no, I really believe in that. This is like how I operate. I'm going on a tangent. I hope this makes sense. Thank you, Emma. Good night. Thanks, Joyce. Unfounded. Thank you, Lori. Okay, and I'm just gonna pull one other card for you, Jacqueline. Because I feel like just letting go of that energy will just, I feel like I'm feeling like your shoulders relax, and I think that maybe energetically that's kind of that resistance that you're putting out, and you maybe just don't realize it. And I got time for a nap, Jacqueline. So make sure that you're taking the time to really take care of you, which makes sense from our last reading. Jacqueline paid me for a reading, so that's what I'm referencing. So taking time for you. And I'm getting like you do a pretty decent job of this. It's just like I'm feeling like specifically end of day, like making sure that you're really decompressing at the end of the day. And I'm hearing like disconnecting from like social media, really coming to you and yourself and just being with yourself at the end of the day. And new life. I feel like this is just like a positive message of like, keep going. Like you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing an awesome job. The fact that you're even like asking this question, your guides are like, yes, good job. And I think too, Jacqueline, they're saying just like a conscious knowledge of the fact that you have resistance is enough to let it go. But you're never going to be perfect. It's never going to be 100% gone. You know, that's being human. Awesome, Jacqueline. Thank you. So, donated readings will still be accepted, but we will do speed readings. But if someone wants to interrupt the speed reading, I will stop and make sure that happens. Thank you, Jacqueline. Have a good night. Not that you have to get off, but have a good night. I better not ask what my ex is doing. I kind of been thinking lately, for at least the live readings, of kind of making a line of like, let's not read other people. I've been thinking about it. I don't know how I feel about it yet. Sometimes these nights will get very consumed by reading other people, and it's starting to trigger my ethics flag, and I'm like, ooh. Anyway. All right, guys. Speed readings. 8 people watching. That's a good small amount for speed readings. So throw up your questions. Throw them up fast, because if you're not fast, I won't be fast. Speed readings are all about claircognizance. It's about reading quickly. It's about not thinking about the answers. It's just giving what you got. So do know that with claircognizant speed readings, there's less time to connect individually with each person. So there's more margin of error, if that makes sense. I could be connecting not as good. But I think I'll do this for like the next 15 minutes-ish. probably go over because I always do. And then we will call it a night. So again, if you want something a little bit more in depth, get those donations in last now. General. Okay. Speed reading. Wipe everyone's energy away. General message from my guides. Get a massage. Yeah. Yay. Messages from guides. You have to actually ask a question too. Sorry, not just like throw up randomness. Messages from spirit guides. I'm seeing the ocean V cookie. I'm seeing like an aquarium. Get around water. May I ask a question? Yes. What's block? What block should I start with? What's block? Block should I start with? Fast, Lauren, fast. I'm so mad at it. Fast. I like to spend my time and dive deep. What block should I start with? I'm seeing you as a child. I'm seeing something with like a parent, maybe an argument, relationship that you have with a parent. Oh, I'm a water sign. Ah, me too. Where did I leave my phone? Laundry room? Maybe try that. I'm getting like a lot of fuzz, a lot of like dirt, dust bunnies. Offer me a screwdriver position. I'm feeling pretty good about that, Silly Rabbit. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to say 100% yes, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've been really stressing out about it. I know what you mean. And I do have a video on how to find lost objects. If anyone else wants to chime in to Chim and ask where his or her phone is, throw it up because it only helps. Can I have the same spirit guide message because I just cannot connect with them properly? Gerardo, I'm seeing like you at a party surrounded by family, dancing, music, like celebrate, get around people. You need to get around people, which is like probably not the best advice to be giving, but that's what I'm feeling like. You need to be energized by other people's energy. You recharge that way. Everyone is out here asking deep questions, and Jim's like, "Where's my phone?" I love it. Scorpio right here. Nice. Pisces. Aquarius here. I don't know the signs that well. I did find this Instagram channel last night, guys, and I was like on it for like ever because all of their information was so good. If I find it really quick in between your readings. Oh my gosh, I loved their content because it was all like correct. I hate all the people that like sort of have correct information but really just like don't, especially when it comes to like zodiacs. I'm getting distracted, but it's gonna be worth it. Trust me. Drop your questions. Oh, where'd it go? It was like Sanctuary World, but world is spelled WRLD. It's got 1.2 million followers on Instagram, but like it's got everything. Can you see my phone? It's so cute, but it's cute and it's accurate. Anyway, okay. More questions. Nobody's asking any more questions. Speed readings. Throw up your questions. Do you think so? Continue working on it. You're welcome. You can ask more than one, too. I should specify. Sorry, guys. What do I need to hear? You need to hear the music, and I'm hearing a song. I'm immediately hearing, like, is it AC/DC? Like, immediately, who's this? You are allowed to ask more than one. Melissa, I'm seeing the ride in Disney World that is the rock and roller coaster. Whatever that band is that is in the rock and roller coaster ride. I know that's very specific, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm hearing is like that music. So maybe there's something about that music that's going to jazz you up. I don't know. Maybe there's a message in one of those songs. Yes, allowed to ask more than one question. Sorry, guys. I always forget to say that. What should I focus more on? Education, V Cookie? Like classes, gaining more knowledge was immediately like what I got. General message from my guides. I'm just seeing you sort. This is for the red silly rabbit. Like I'm seeing you pulling back veils, moving forward. It's like you're pulling past sheets or like your blinds. Like you're going through. You're pulling things back. You're unveiling. I'm not sure what that means. You're unveiling something. General love messages for me. Andrea, I'm hearing value yourself. Value yourself. Aerosmith, thank you. How does Aiden F feel about me? I immediately saw his face being like, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of that. But that's like his face. But also like he's got a lot of options, like lots of other options too. Like he's keeping his options open. Should I go with this new thing that seems to be calling me? Yes, sorry, but my English ain't that good. Yes, Gerardo, but I'm also seeing like do it for fun, do it lightly, don't dive all the way in and commit 100%. Like there's something about like stability there that you don't want to just completely throw out everything else for it. V Cookie, that's funny. Chim, that is. We're a little bit of a, we have this like teeny tiny BTS army here. It's me and V Cookie. Will I be able to write a book? Yes, I'm seeing you get stuck on the first third. I'm just seeing the first third and you getting stuck, and I'm seeing you ask for help from somebody, like an editor. Silly rabbit. Oh, hell no. Next. In regards to the guy that says he has his options open. Yep. Oh, I missed some. Sorry. I'm hearing a particular line from a song lyric frequently. Is that a message from my spirit guide or anyone else? I'm hearing it's a little bit of both. I'm hearing that it's partly that it's like just stuck in your head, partly from a spirit guide, but they're saying like, don't worry about it. It's old news. How does Robert feel about me? Ooh. I'm just gonna say what I get. I'm seeing him rolling his eyes. I'm sorry. He's rolling his eyes. He's not impressed. He sees through you and he knows you're not being real. It's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys can ask more than one. Speed readings. There's something you associate Aerosmith with. I don't know why it keeps capitalizing that. Aerosmith. I associate Aerosmith with like my dad. But I don't know anything about Aerosmith to be like, oh, this song. But speed readings. So maybe the message there, Melissa, is like, is there something that you could connect with your dad over? Is there something that you resonate with that is in relation? Melissa, if your dad is passed or if he's present, there's an opportunity to connect with him, and doing something that you associate with him as like that fun memory. Like for me, it's listening to Aerosmith with my dad. Clearly, I didn't retain any of it because I have no knowledge of their songs. What can I do for my unique health problem? Whoa! Oh my gosh, I haven't had clear aliens happen in a long time. Myro, I just smell intense lemons. Eat some lemons. Have a good night, Gerardo. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe if you're new here. Join me next Tuesday. I'll be doing more of these. I'm unveiling. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I mean, like, I couldn't see what was at the end, Silly Rabbit, but you were just like constantly, you were unveiling. It was like you're getting rid of the crap. You're finding the core of something. I thought you were an army by the name Jim. I am. Look at us. I'm going to build a small psychic BTS army. I get anxious driving. Is there a mess? Oh, Jacqueline, immediate like past life trauma there. Like I don't know if it was exactly a car wreck, but it was like some big thing and you got in a car wreck. That's like definitely past life stuff. Or if you don't quite believe in past life, what I believe equally can happen is that you could be picking up on someone else's energy, someone that's like living now. And you could have taken on their energy and taken on their stress. But it feels like you're subconsciously like stressed out about this car accident. And it's something you can do to clear it is just let it go and be like, that no longer affects me. Sometimes, again, just that simple awareness, of it is enough to sort of let it go. What should I do to come in this high priestess energy? I don't know what high priestess energy is, but I'm just feeling like sit down, create, visualize, manifest, get excited about things, like turn that creative energy into like something like actual physical, something that you could give to others. Focus. Something that you could give to others. I just feel like you have these ideas and they need to be brought to life. So journaling, blah, blah, blah. Melissa, that is so interesting. That just goes to prove like how sometimes these speed readings don't go deep enough, but when you go deeper, it's like, it's your dad. That's awesome. Hey Gabby, good to see you. Yes, you can ask speed readings, ask as many as you want. Okay, just wanted to make sure he did. Thank you. There's no asking too much. The whole point is speed readings for me, so I need to not have like any little thank you lemons. And yeah, that car accident thing, like I know this experience because like I have this terrifying like fear of my father dying and I don't know where it comes from. It's totally rational. I don't have this feeling about anybody else, but it's either like a past life thing or it could be like a future thing. I hope not. But you could be just picking up on someone else's energy and taking it on. I've had people read into it like several times. And so there's a lot of different things that it could be. What are Aaron's intentions with me? I'm hearing friends. I'm seeing him being bashful and not very forward. I'm also seeing your guides being like, he's not gonna like give you what you want. He would always not satisfy. Thank you guys. If you like my channel, if you like my content, please subscribe. Or just like watch my videos. One of the two. This might sound kind of deep, but what am I here to do? Oh, that's a deep one for speed reading. What am I here to do? I saw you washing clothes. Okay, washing clothes. Oh, but that is a symbol for cleaning, cleansing, turning the bad into good. I'm not exactly sure what that translates into, but that's like the overall vibe. You're getting rid of the bad. You're coming in here to clean house. You are coming to this life to clean. And you just said work-wise. Not therapy. I already do that, which is funny because in therapy you're doing a lot of like fixing, cleaning of people's lives. I would say look into that same energy though, silly rabbit. Because you're really good at finding the things that don't work and fixing it, turning it around, leaving things better than how you found it. My question is, was I at fault on Saturday? Yes. Or am I correct to feel the way I feel? Yes. Both. You did a little bit wrong, but you also were justified. An apology would be good first, but it can also be followed up with you did it too. Was I at fault? Yes, but love yourself. Love yourself. It's because you demanded boundaries. You demanded boundaries. You're just not good at like saying it in the best way. Am I right? I'm curious. I love each of the members a lot, but I usually gravitate towards Jim. Oh, we're talking about BTS. How does Jay feel about me? How does Jay feel about me? It feels like a work relationship, very like non-emotional. What's my next step? I'm seeing a backward step and to the left. My guides are messing with me. Then they started singing the pelvic thrust. Let's do the time loop again. Lori, I'm sorry. This is what happens during speed readings. And so, Lori, just to clarify, taking a step back and going a different direction, they're wanting you to pivot and try something else. Something that you've already done, that you've sort of been like, maybe you gave up on it, you can go back to it. But the whole like dance and like fun aspect and like the joking with me, they want you to not stress out about it. They want you to have fun. I'm not going fast enough. Okay, good job. People are getting questions in. I'm in OT. Today's J Hope. You guys are funny. Is my sweetie falling out of love? I wouldn't call it falling out of love, but he's losing faith that things will get better. So if there's anything you could do to have a conversation, show them that you care, the willingness and the commitment will make him feel revitalized and confident about the relationship again. I move out of this country this year for doing higher studies. I'm feeling like next year, Beat Cookie. Oh, that's cool. Me and Aiden talk anytime soon. I'm seeing you guys together in person in a room. So I feel like yes, but it's going to be in person because I don't feel like there's going to be any like text messaging going on. Still doing readings. Yes, doing speed readings. So everyone throw up a question. Not normally what I do, but speed readings are fun sometimes. Any messages from our pet rabbit? Oh, she is immediately like, I loved all the treats. She's like, you gave me good treats. She says, thank you. Thank you for making your name part of her, or part of your username about her. I don't know if that's what it, because I thought the silly rabbit would be like a Alice in Wonderland reference. Yes, you can still donate. That'll probably be my last one of the night. I want to wrap up here soon. How's my ex feel about me? Not thinking about you at all anymore. Moved on. Oh, you can put that hint, silly rabbit. Too funny. Of course, Rocky Horror. I'm curious, Lori, if that like resonates with you at all. Because if that does, maybe there's a whole nother message in there. Like, what do you think of when you think of Rocky Horror right away? You know, do you immediately think of like Friends or like going to the movies? And so maybe there's a message there of like something that you need. I love all the conversations you guys are having with each other. It makes me happy. How can I lose weight? Okay, Carla, I immediately saw fasting. Have you looked into fasting? I'm literally doing that today. I know, I hope that's psychic. I feel like it's partly psychic and partly not, but fasting. There's an app called Fastic. Try that. That makes sense. Thank you. I'm dying laughing and a little emotional. Thank you. Deep down inside, I knew she had a sense of humor. Awesome. Why am I feeling confused, stuck, and depressed these days? Is there any way to clear that up? Smelling again. I'm like smelling smoke. V cookie. Which is, you're in India. Oh my goodness. Stay safe. I've been seeing all the crazy stuff happening in India. Please stay safe. Yeah, so I'm feeling smoke. So I'm almost wondering if it's your air quality. It feels very external, V cookie. Even if it's not that, it feels like your environment has been very like, I don't want to say toxic, but it's like you need to detox a little bit in a way if you can. Why am I having such a hard time letting go? Because you want this, you want it. It's just you're wanting it with the wrong person. That's okay though. But you can still want the relationship, but just don't want these specific people. I would also look into manifestation. Again, Lucky Bitch, that book, if it resonates with you at all, that book is all about manifesting. It's mostly manifesting money, but it kind of applies to everything in general. Is marriage in the cards for me? Yes. But there's some things that need to happen first. Self-confidence, self-love. Okay, I think after Gabby, I'm going to call it a night. I mean, in this lifetime. Yes. Okay. Yes, I definitely feel that way. I am love. I feel like you have this chunk of like learning a little bit more about yourself that needs to happen first, because it's almost like once you are more sure of yourself, then you become you attract people who are right for you a little bit better. Trying to keep these short, not doing a good job. She's the type that move on quick, probably right on. Did you get my donation, Adrian? Let me see. Adrian, was it Venmo or I assume PayPal? Yes, I did, Adrian. Okay. Adrian, let me know what your question. Oh, you have it here in a second. Okay. So really quick, Adrian, last donation of the night. Thank you, Adrian. How does Edwin feel about me? Then I'll go back up to Gabby. How does Edwin feel about me? I'm getting like a very specific image of this person with like glasses, very nerdy, bookish, but like surrounded by reptiles. Like I'm thinking of that scene from the movie, the series of unfortunate events. Why are you showing me this image? She's very Eric, sorry, or not Eric. Edwin. Edwin. I don't know if that's a girl or a boy, but this person is very like studious, very bookish, at least in their approach to you. So they might not actually be that way, like they might not be into books, but it's like they're going to calculate every decision that they make. And so like if you're wondering about how they feel about you and like are they going to get into a relationship, this person feels like someone who's going to like run the numbers. Like, is this relationship going to be good? And like figuring out all the ins and outs and those little like details. We're both boys. Okay. And I really just asked so that I'm using the right pronouns. Like he feels very like bookish and analytical, like weighing all the pros and cons. He's very much like in his head, not making decisions of the heart. So Adrian, let me just pull a card since you donated. I'm gonna ask like what you can do to kind of bring him around, because I really feel like he needs to get out of the analytics, because I think he's definitely like thinks about you in this way, but it's like he's just like talking himself out about it because he's just being so analytical. How can you, if you want to manifest this relationship, co-create with the universe? It's, again, I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier, but co-creating, kind of like some of the steps that you can do. Set your intention. What do you want? I want a relationship that looks like this. It doesn't have to necessarily be that person, because what you want to do is ask the universe for what you want. And sometimes what you think you want, which is AKA Edwin, might not actually be that. You know, he might look like that on the outside, but then he might not be that way in the inside. So that's why I'm saying set your intention to be, this is what I want out of a relationship, not necessarily him, because if he doesn't match that, your guides will make sure that he doesn't match that. And so co-creating is both being clear about that intention, trusting that your guides will make it happen. So letting go of like the how and the when, and not stressing out about it and trying to like manic manifest and like make it happen and stress about it. And then it's doing something also out of your comfort zone to make it happen. So, you know, if that out of your comfort zone-ness is like reaching out or sending a text message, or if it's even further than that, go for it. And if you get to a point where you're trying to convince him to be with you, try to remember that he's going to be like very analytic about it and try to be like, but how do you feel? How do you feel? Oh, thank you, Carla, for saying that. Yeah, stay safe, Cookie. I literally went on like a video binge last night of some of the stuff that's happening in India, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it hurt my heart so much. And I was like, I need to stop. I'm like taking on everyone's emotions. Really quick, I wanted to jump back up to Gabby because I said I'd do Gabby. How does Eric feel about me? It's a different person. Wipe to say clean. I'm just seeing the number 2. I'm seeing two people. Maybe he sees you as 2 different people. He doesn't quite know how to feel about you. He doesn't know if you like are interested or not interested, or maybe like what you're into or what you're not into. You're kind of giving him like mixed signals. Yeah. Okay, that was Gabby. Awesome. Thanks, Adrian. A cloud or something went across the background. It very well could be all the crazy amounts of hair that's in my house right now. Yeah, this camera autofocus, I do not know how to turn it off. I hate it. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to hopefully be in my new space soon. I got my shed all fixed. It's where I film most of my videos. You can see it's kind of like a wood background. And that's like where I want to film and do my live readings, but I needed power out there. It's like a shed in my backyard, and we turned it into a she shed. But we finally got power to it last weekend. But of course the lights, we wired it all up and then the lights don't work. So we have to go and fix it again. But as soon as those lights work, I can be out there and you guys can see me. But point being, I won't deal with this stupid camera. Lauren's camera is trippy. I'm sorry, guys. I'll ask my husband like what the deal is and if there's any way I could turn that off, because I hate it too. Ugh. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. What an awesome night. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. And I know it's just like messages, but I feel your energy. I feel your jokes. I love it. I love having you guys here. Please subscribe. Please follow my channel. I'm sure you guys already are. What else? Catch me next time, next Tuesday. And if you're really interested in developing your psychic abilities, the last Tuesday of the month is those practice group psychic. I need to figure out exactly what I want to call it. It's so like, I call it something different every time, but it's like a group psychic development practice night. So we do a bunch of exercises, and if you really want to do that, you can join us. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to try to post more to Instagram, a lot more of like behind the scenes and kind of like what I'm doing, and daily, stuff. But yeah, I also feel free to reach out to me. I do readings through my website. I also have video courses. Again, my animal communication course should be live like any day now. I'm so excited. But yeah, next video coming up. Not this week, but eventually we're going to have a Ouija board video. I've got so many videos in my queue. I've got like pages on ideas. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thanks, Lori. I'm so glad I have another Colorado person in here. Thanks, Lori. Thanks for staying for so long. You basically were here all this whole time. Bye. Met a lot of people. Met an army. Yes. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think I gave it all. I just don't want to get off, but I should go to bed. All right. Good night, everyone. I will see you next week. Bye.